Hi, welcome to Big Converge Sports. I'm Ron.
I'm Vic. Welcome to Premier League predictions week 31 already. The season's almost over, Vern. It's almost over.
Almost done.
It's done almost. For Bay almost. It's getting there. It's going quickly now. It is going very quickly, and your chance of a victory is going downhill also. So I redeemed myself, just a little bit. I'm kind of like Ireland against Scotland. Give him a try, and then you just take it away again. You give him a little bit. You give him a little bit of cheese, and then the mousetrap comes down. There you go. But hey, no, look. I watched last night's game. It was quite interesting there between Brentford and Wolves. But guys, before we get into that, don't forget to email us if you want to join the competition, and otherwise don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Always important. Where do we stand right now? Where do we stand right now? I've got to make this correct now. There you go. There we stand. That's where we stand right now. 189 to 173. Comfortable 16 points it was before this week started. And then these games happened. Vern, I'm going to get the black book out here with all the results. Burnley against Bournemouth. Lot of draws this week, eh? You're so silent. You've got nothing to say for yourself.
Yeah, I've got nothing to say, man.
Well, I mean, if you're that cuck, well, why would you say anything? There you go. So, you tipped 1-0 for Bournemouth. I tipped 1-1. It was 0-0. Obviously, I got a point. Sunderland against Brighton. Brighton won that one 1-0. You tipped 2-1 for Sunderland. I tipped 1-0 for Sunderland, so we didn't get any points there. Arsenal-Everton. You tipped 2-0 for Arsenal. You're obviously an Arsenal supporter in disguise, because it's the third week in a row Arsenal's given you 3 points. You're an Arsenal supporter in disguise. I see it. I can see that Gunners tattoo coming through your shirt already. Yeah, you need a cap still, and then you need to talk shit and act dumb.
I can do that without putting on a cap on.
Okay, then Chelsea-Newcastle. We both had a Chelsea win there, but Newcastle won that. Chelsea going downhill quickest now. Then West Ham against Man City. Maybe the upset of the weekend for me. Man City are throwing it away, man.
They're just giving it, man.
They're just giving it to Arsenal. Don't even have to play. I mean,
no.
This will be the worst champion we've ever had with the style of play. They are, but hey, listen, you've got to give it to them. They're going to win it. They deserve it. They can only. I mean, they can't help it that the other teams are cuck. No. But they. I mean, it's not the. I mean, even Jose's sides that used to park the bus play better than this. But it's okay. Good win for Newcastle there. Second big win in a row for Newcastle. United, Chelsea looking good for Newcastle. Then we talked about the City one. Crystal Palace against Leeds. I think Leeds is drawing themselves to safety. Week for week, they just pick up a point here, they pick up a point here, they pick up a point here. I mean, and if it's boring 0-0, they don't really give a shit at this time. They just want to stay up there,
Just keep those points ticking.
Keep the points there. Then Man United against Aston Villa. At the moment, I think we are playing the nicest football in the Premier League.
I wouldn't say that, man.
No, I would. I mean, we score the most goals. Offensively, we attack the most. We have the most shots on goal. We have the best player in the Premier League, who should win the Player of the Year award, Bruno. By far the best player in the Premier League this year. I don't want to hear Declan Rice. I don't want to hear Martinelli's or Saka's or any other, diseases that come from Arsenal.
I was sitting here watching that game. I had to poke myself with a pen to stay awake.
No, second half was beautiful.
Second half was better, man.
There you go. Then Forest and Fulham. Forest also just picking up draws there. 0-0 against Fulham. Not exciting football. 1 or 2 goals were disallowed there. But Forest has got momentum. And then maybe the biggest laughing stock in the Premier League right about now got to be Liverpool. I mean, City. Spurs is a team that put balls into their own net. They slip, they slide. They look like they got ice skates on grass, but Liverpool can't beat them.
Yeah.
Liverpool's in trouble. Can you imagine Liverpool without Champions League football? Because the English thought it was going to be the top 5 that made the Champions League, right?
Yeah.
But the way that they still got too many teams in there. But the way they're losing everything in the Champions League, maybe it's not.
Maybe not. No.
What do we tip there? We both tipped a Liverpool win, so we both got that wrong. And then Brentford against Wolves. You tipped 1-0 for Brentford. I obviously tipped 1-1, so I got a point there. Means this week you scored the grand total of Cinque, 5 points, and I scored 7. So, just consolidating it, not trying to rub it in too much. Just be cooler about it. There you go. There it is. That's the standings. I go to 196. You go to 178. So I got an 18-point lead. 7 weeks to go. Oh no, 8 weeks to go. Yeah, that's not. You'd have to catch up 2-3 points a week. That's possible.
That's possible.
But it's fucking not probable, and it's definitely not happening. It's definitely not happening. Now let's have a look at the other guys, because we do have some guys that also want to tip here, and I'll put them up there first, and then we'll get into the table. So Paul Terry, there you go, Paul. Paul scored 6 points. The Arsenal supporter scored 6 points. Well done to him. Then Marnus, who is on my shit list at the moment, he scored 4 points.
I should have got 0.
And then again, Lawrence came in and he scored 4 points. So I beat everybody. You beat 2 of them, but I'm back. The king is back on his throne, the way it belongs. Just call me El Capitano. There you go. It's all good, Vern. It's all good. I'm enjoying this, man. I'm enjoying this. Let's have a look at the table before we get into the next week. On top of the table, look, Arsenal are now 9 points ahead of City. City got a game in hand. If they win that, it's 6 points. City can only win the title if somebody helps them out. And I've looked at the rest of Arsenal's game. There's not a lot of teams that are helping them out.
It's looking good for Arsenal, man.
It is looking good for us. United now, all on our own there. We did it all by ourselves. We are on third spot at the moment. 3 points ahead of Aston Villa. 5 points ahead of Liverpool. 6 points ahead of Chelsea. We've still got to play Liverpool and Chelsea. So, you win those 2 direct games, you basically got that Champions League spot nailed down.
Almost.
Now, look, if you beat Chelsea, you can make it 9-point difference with 7 games to go. You'd have to lose 5 out of 7.
I'm not scared of the Chelsea and the Liverpool game. I'm scared of the rest.
Well, yeah, Bournemouth on the weekend, that could be a problem. It's on Friday night. But you got to give it to Brentford, hanging in there nicely. Everton, Newcastle, Bournemouth, all fighting for European spots. If we look a little further down in the table, I will put that one there as well. Look, Wolverhampton are fighting valiantly. Wolverhampton's one of the informed teams if you take the last 5-6 games. They've always picked up points and stuff, Burnley theoretically still there. Or even Wolves are theoretically still there. And then West Ham 29, Nottingham 29, Tottenham 30, and Leeds 32. Crystal Palace, I don't think will be pulled into the relegation because I don't think the others are good enough. As of now, who's going down, Vern?
That's a tough one, I must say. Okay, the bottom 2, that's clear. They're going down.
No, I'm talking about the third spot.
That's a tough one. All the teams are getting results.
Look, if you look at the teams, right, and the players, Spurs should have nothing to do with the relegation. They should have nothing to do with the relegation. But I'm going to say Leeds is going to be safe. I think West Ham will be safe. I think it's between Tottenham and Nottingham Forest. And funnily enough, they play each other this weekend.
Yeah, it's a mental game now, man.
That is going to be because Arsenal and City don't play this weekend because of the Carabao Cup that they have. But let's be honest. That Tottenham against Nottingham Forest game, that's going to be massive, man. That is like an FA Cup final.
Is it in Forest or in Spurs?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now because we're going to start doing our tips for week 31. Okay, so I'll tell you already. We did those tips earlier in the month when they played. Arsenal Wolves was 2-2. I tipped 1-1, so I get a point. You tipped 1-2, so you don't get anything. Arsenal supporter always tipping for Arsenal. It's unbelievable. So you're already down a point before the start of the weekend. I didn't add that into the scores yet, But let's look at the other games. City Palace will be postponed, but we'll make the tip now and we can revisit it later again.
Yeah.
Your tip for City against Palace?
2-0.
I'm going 4-0 for City. I'm going 4-0. You're going 2-0. Okay, we'll put that in the book, in the famous black book. I think, City plays Real Madrid tonight, right? I still think they're down by 3 goals. I think it goes into overtime.
That could be.
I've got a funny feeling there. Bournemouth against Man U, that's Friday night.
Yeah, I just want to stop you quickly. I just want to wish Mo a happy birthday. He had a birthday yesterday, man.
Happy birthday, Mo.
Happy birthday, Mo. 25, Vic.
25, okay.
What were
Bournemouth
you doing when you were 25?
On the weekend. That's on Friday night.
I'm going with a 1-2.
You're going 1-2, and I'm going 0-3.
Okay.
Then Brighton, Liverpool. Ooh.
I'm going with a 1-1.
You're going with a 1-1. I'm going with a 2-1 for Brighton. I'm giving you a chance to catch up. That's what I'm doing. Fulham against Burnley.
I'm going with a 2-1 Fulham.
You're going 2-1 Fulham. I'm going to go 2-0 Fulham. Everton, Chelsea. That's a tough one. This could be another big week for us. Brighton beats Liverpool. Everton does a job on Chelsea. We could already be celebrating Champions League football.
I'm going to go with a 1-2.
You're going Chelsea 1-2. I'm going 2-1 for Everton.
No, 2-1 for Chelsea.
You're going 2-1 for Chelsea. I'm going 2-1 for Everton.
Okay.
Leeds, Brentford.
1-1.
1-1. That's a good tip. I'm going 0-0. They just seem to be parking the bus, the caravan. They're parking everything in their Leeds. They're just getting draws at the moment. Newcastle, Sunderland. The Tyne Wear derby.
I'm going with a 3-1 Newcastle.
You're going 3-1 Newcastle. I go 3-2 Newcastle. And you want a side bet? How many red cards?
2.
You're going 2. Okay, I put a little asterisk there. I'm going to go 1 red card. Aston Villa, West Ham United. Aston Villa are not in form at the moment. They're going to play in Europe this week. They're not in form. What do you think?
I'm going 1-0 Villa.
You're going 1-0 Villa?
No, 1-1. 1-1.
1-1. I'm going 1-2 for West Ham.
Okay.
And then Spurs against Nottingham Forest. Spurs' cup final this year.
Oh, that's a tough one, man. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Spurs.
You're going 2-1 Spurs. I'm going 1-4 for Forest. I think Spurs are just going to fucking collapse.
Okay.
That's just the way. So we got it in the book. We'll see what happens. Or as the preacher would say, the good book.
The good book?
Yeah. This book is going to be a bestseller one day. Now, it's going to be a big weekend of games, man. Because, the bottom is more interesting, actually, the race than the top.
Oh, definitely.
And at the top, if you miss out, okay, you miss out on a few million. You miss out at the bottom, you get relegated. That is $120 million gone.
Not just that, you go down, you lose almost half your players. Your whole club goes into financial meltdown.
If I could choose a team to go down out of those 4, I want West Ham to go down because we always drop points to West Ham somehow. So if they're gone, we don't drop those points next year. West Ham is always a little bit of a bogey team for United. They kind of always turn up against us. But that's our tips for this week. Guys, it's going to be a fantastic week of football. Don't forget, this evening we've got 2 basketball games coming up later. Then tomorrow, tell you guys, don't forget to watch our DEFCON rugby show tomorrow. That's going to be epic. I saw your list. You're not making yourself any friends in South Africa?
No, neither in New Zealand.
Not at all, because I looked at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 23. Yeah, you're not making... Huh?
1 on the bench.
Yeah, that's 5 with the bench.
Oh, is that 5? Okay.
I can tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 in my 23.
No.
Because I know what's good and I'm a loyal bugger.
No. No.
No, I mean, I chose some. Look, you chose. I'm going to say one guy that I chose. I chose Kwaka because I need somebody that's flexible. And he's the best bench player in the world. There you go. But we'll do that tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. I'm getting that already this evening as well. So, Vern, I wish you all the best of luck with your tips. God knows you need it.
That's true.
You know, maybe you need to go kill one of those chickens on the farm. Make a little bit of voodoo. You know. You need all the help you can get. Maybe you need to get a moose there. Or maybe you need to go to like a witch doctor, something like to help you out. Because otherwise you just cuck, man. And you can take Paul Terry and Mohannes with you because they cuck too.
I don't want to talk about Mohannes.
Okay.
But hey, before we bugger off, once again, happy birthday, Mo.
Yes, Mo, happy birthday. And a big rugby weekend also coming up, just to let you guys know. But that's us. Premier League predictions for week 31. It's been a good Premier League season, man. Ciao, guys.
Yeah.